Halo. Sorry, nge-lag. Oke, apa ya? Live hari ini cuma live reaction doang sih. Kita nggak ngapa-ngapain. Mungkin review sebelum pertandingan. Line up-nya tadi sama aja kan line up-nya sama yang kemarin, cuman Justin masuk. Ya kan, Justin masuk. Si Calvin Verdong main di wingback kiri. Terus siapa lagi nih? Habis itu Yenner sama Chuaon. Oh, si Tom Hae nggak main. Iya, Tom Hae nggak main. Tom Hae juga nggak main. Mungkin kecapean atau ada apa mungkin. Terus Witan digantiin sama Marcelino. Optimis guys, bisa guys. Kemarin aja Australia kalau sama Bahrain, masa kita nggak bisa ngalahin Australia? Harusnya sih serangan kita lebih mantap hari ini. Saya si Verdong udah main di wingback kiri. Crossingnya Verdong kan bagus, shootingnya dia juga kan semeter. Skor berapa? Skor nggak bisa ngomong sih kalau skor. Realistisnya draw sih sebenarnya. Wih, by the way, live-ku bakal ke delay ya. Soalnya aku nontonnya dari YouTube bukan dari TV. Jadi reactionku bakal ke delay. Kalau kalian nonton dari TV bakal beda, lebih cepat beberapa detik. Kalau dari YouTube dia agak telat. Ini masih gila, GBK full house guys, penuh GBK. Oke, pemain udah mau masuk ke lapangan pemain. Yuk, bisa yuk. Masa udah makan belum? Udah dong. Bisa sih ini. Ini rank 2 itu masih terbuka sih guys sebenarnya. Kalau kita misalnya menang lawan Australia misalnya, atau draw, terus yang tim-tim lain dibantai, kita bisa kayak peringkat 2. Kalau peringkat 1 kan ya udah nggak mungkin ya. Peringkat 1 kan karena udah pasti Jepang lah. Tapi kalau peringkat 2, 3, 4 ini masih sebenarnya masih bisa nih, masih open banget.
For Australia as they look to make up for that stuttering start. 25 degrees centigrade, plenty of humidity around as well. It's going to be a warm night, and it is a packed stadium, a sea of red as the Jakarta locals look to get behind their national team. Indonesia started in the very first round of qualifying, and they come into this stage, it's fair to say, as outsiders. Their 1-1 draw though in Saudi Arabia showed plenty of battling qualities, particularly in that second half. They withstood long spells of Saudi pressure to cling on for a precious point, and that certainly suggested that there'll be no pushover for any of the big names that occupy this group. Of course, Australia's caused not out by Japan's 7-0 hammering of China. Just to remind you, in this stage it is the top 2 from the 3 groups that automatically qualify for the 2026 World Cups. The teams that finish 3rd and 4th go into a further group round to play off for more qualification spots. Shot there of
Ini sih Tom Haye nggak main ya, Tom Haye itu penting banget loh padahal.
A bit of pressure now after that defeat to Bahrain, an agonising loss. Harry Souttar's own goal in the 89th minute, snatching all 3 points for Bahrain. And
ini pemain udah mau masuk lapangan. Marcelino starter, ganti yang Witan. By the way, sorry ya guys kalau nggak bisa bacain komen. Hari ini kita fokus dukung Timnas. Sintayong.
Australia well on top, winning all 12. There is the Indonesian coach Shin Tae-yong of South Korea, who was capped 24 times for his country. The coach who led Indonesia to their best ever Asian Cup finish, reaching the last 16, as I was just talking about, in Qatar at the turn of the year. Australia looking to qualify for their 6th successive World Cup, their 7th in total. Well, Indonesia's only previous World Cup appearance was way back in 1938 as the Dutch East Indies, where they played 1 game in a straight knockout
Tom Haye di bangku cadangan. Bisa jadi Tom Haye ini masih di babak kedua nanti, disimpan tenaganya. Soalnya kan kemarin dari Arab Tom Haye kecapean banget.
76 in the FIFA rankings, currently at 133. Australia, though, the top 25 these days, 24th in all. Both teams have come through previous rounds. Indonesia had to beat Brunei, which they did comfortably, 12-0 on aggregate in the first round, then runners-up in their second round group behind Iraq, but 4 clear of Vietnam, so comfortably made it through. Australia pretty comfortable as well. They were given a bye from the first round because of their ranking. Top their Group I group 10 points ahead of Palestine. They won all 6 games, 22 goals and not conceding against Palestine, Lebanon and Bangladesh. This is where it gets serious though. This trip to Indonesia, as difficult as it might prove to be, will be one that Graham Arnold will have earmarked to pick up all 3 points. The talk ahead of the game was how Australia need to improve, having failed to score in their opener against Bahrain. I'd expect to face a low block here, a low block that works so well for Indonesia. Remember Orhan Mangoen's goal on 19 minutes, putting them ahead in Jeddah. They conceded in first half stoppage time. The second half was a siege. Indonesia proved that they were up for it, and it really was a fantastic point. So Australia and Saudi Arabia dropping points in the opening round. The nations looking to take advantage of the fact that Japan and Bahrain are facing each other today. Just over 77,000, the capacity here at the Gelora Bungcarno Stadium. Barely a seat to be found. Genuine excitement after that point in Jeddah against Saudi Arabia. The visit of the Socceroos. It's the captain there for Indonesia.
Udah masuk ke lapangan nih pemain-pemainnya nih.
Australia in their traditional gold and green. A minute afterwards, and they made life difficult for themselves, losing to Bahrain.
Justin main guys. Gacor sih guys.
Every team plays 10 games, 9 still to go. Those 2 automatic slots. The 2026 World Cup finals in Canada, the USA, and Mexico. Sides making their way out. There is a smattering of Australian support.
Lagu kebangsaannya ini Australia. Ini loh Australia loh yang jago paling siapa kipernya. Kipernya kan dari mana? Dari AS Roma kalau nggak salah, Matthew Ryan ini. Indonesia Raya guys. Yuk bisa yuk, ayo strike. Ya, tapi pemain-pemain diaspora ya udah hafal bahasa Indonesia semua loh guys. Kecuali yang baru gabung ya, kayak Calvin Verdong gitu-gitu. Martin pas saya udah tadi bisa dikit-dikit loh kelasnya.
Can Indonesia build on that point in Jeddah by upsetting the Socceroos, still smarting themselves from Thursday. Home form has been decent here. They've won 3 of their 4 qualifiers at home, keeping clean sheets in 3 of them. Indonesia make a couple of changes to the starting 11 against Saudi Arabia. The goalkeeper and back 4 remain the same. Wolves midfielder Justin Hübner replaces Tom Hay in the centre of midfield. The other tweak sees Marcelino Ferdinand come in for Witan Suleiman. Ragnar Orotman Goen keeps his place on the wing after his goal in Jeddah on Thursday. It was just his second in the international jersey of Indonesia. The one loss here in qualifying so far, 2-0 by Iraq, 2-0 against the Philippines in their last home game. It is an improvement. They had lost 7 successive home World Cup qualifiers until the current campaign in Indonesia. Refereeing team hails from Qatar. Salman Ahmad Falahi is the man in the middle. Conversation there with Matt Ryan, the Australian goalkeeper and captain. Joined by Jay Itzes. Who else the armband for Indonesia? Indonesia. For on-pitch officials from Qatar, as is the VAR team. Cassini suspending, Graham Arnold is always going to have to make some changes for Australia, but the act has certainly been swung as the Socceroos make 5 changes in all from the team that started the defeat to Bahrain. Cameron Burgess is brought into the defence and Keanu Bacchus into the centre of midfield. Having drawn a blank though last time out, Craig Goodwin keeps his place in the forward line. He's the only one that does though, with Silvera, Duke and Iran Kunda all brought in. Pre-match routines for both sets of players, both in huddles. The message is loud and clear from the Indonesia supporters. All places available, of course, with a 48-team World Cup. Americas. Such a competitive section, still very, very difficult to make it through for Indonesia. Made a good start though. Nothing like the confidence boost of that draw in Saudi Arabia. Now the next big test for a double away trip in October to face Bahrain and China for Indonesia. About ready for kick-off.
Kick-off udah dimulai. Punya aku agak telat ya by the way ya. Kalau kalian nonton di TV lebih cepat. Bisa yuk. Cuaon langsung. Sandy. Mak. Bisa. Shoot. Kelas.
The brightest of starts from the home team. The Socceroos sleeping from kickoff. I think Matt Ryan will probably feel he could have done better. He carried the ball straight out to Rafael Strike. It wasn't favourable though for the Indonesian forward, and it's a corner. Asking for the ball. Plenty of bodies into the Australian penalty area early on for the home team.
Corner. Balik ke Walsh. Cross. Aduh. Walsh naik bolanya.
To feed the ball in. Time for a bit of pitch repair as well before.
Rumputnya jelek guys yang GBK-nya. Jadi crossingnya nggak masuk jadinya. Jenner, Marcel, Ragnar, balik ke Marcel. Kelas.
Before kick-off, they certainly are now. There's talk of a low block from Indonesia, but they've started very much on the front foot here.
Hubner, bisa Hubner.
It says it's in there. Verdonk and Bruno forward. The back 5. Delivery this time. In a way, but as far as Rido to swing the cross in again. Australia just can't get out at the moment.
Corner lagi udah corner ke berapa ini? Ketiga ya?
It's been in charge since 2018.
Bisa ya.
Australia to the 2022 World Cup and to 2 Asian Cups, 2019 and earlier this year.
Alvin, Verdong.
Former international himself, Graham Arnold won 56 caps for Australia. They're being closely watched by Irvin. Kelvin Verdonk. The outswinging corner. Right
Aduh, sayang.
through to Rideau in the end.
Hati-hati.
And now Australia finally have a bit of possession.
Santai, balikin.
3 minutes into the contest.
Jauh, mantap.
In pace. Sending it forwards. Santara and Burgess in each other's way for a second there. Forward by Burgess.
Kejauhan. J tutup. Mantap J. Bang J.
For the away side to play in. Needs to see a big improvement from his team, Graham Arnold. So what they saw the opening game on the Gold Coast. The extra places available at the World Cup now for all the federations. Safety net if they don't make it into the top 2 of the next round, and even then the intercontinental playoffs. One of the major nations in the AFC don't make it through. They will only have themselves to play now. It's Burgess.
Across.
Really pensive start from Australia. Keen not to Australia settle into their stride early. That's cleared away by Itzes. Edge now with the throw for Australia.
Control.
There, though, the Indonesian captain.
Sit.
Actually forward, looking for the run of Orotman Goen. He feels he was fouled, and so does most of the stadium here. Chokati. The pace. Turned away from Rakunda. Brought in on the left side, Silvera on the right. It's Duke, a new addition to the forward line. Played on the left against Bahrain, expected to play more centrally this evening. By Irvin, clattered into by Jenner. Rideau with the foot in.
Marcel.
With the header down.
Aduh, Marcel.
Frantic pace to the game in the opening moments. By Burgess. Flag up on the far side. Indonesia keeping their shape well and catching Australia offside.
Panas guys HP gue, paling bentar lagi itu stop live. HP gue panas beneran ini. Nanti lah kita live yang sebenarnya nanti lah.
Indonesian goalkeeper.
Aduh.
American these days for FC Dallas in MLS.
Ayo, counter. Ragnar. Walsh.
With his arms out down there, as if to say, how's Walsh got so much space? But he has. Australia getting back in numbers now, though. Here's Rideau. Touchdown to Joan on. Joan on again. Strike.
Bisa.
To deliver now, Strike. She's made his way into the
Shoot.
penalty area. Joel twisting and turning. Shepherded out for a goal kick in the end. Good pressure again, though, from Indonesia. doing enough in the end. It out for the goal kick. Choa. It's at Swansea City. Just 22. One in Rotterdam. The Dutch contingent in the Indonesian side. Well won by Verdonk.
Wah, Verdonk kelas. Sabar, balik dulu.
It says it's Rido. Confidence about Indonesia in possession here. Now they have a free kick. Which was late. Card here for Craig Goodwin, or just a talking to? No, the card is out.
Kartu kuning waduh. Kita live bentar ya guys, bentar lagi kita beres. Karena kenapa? Karena HP-nya panas. Aduh, sakit.
Absolutely spot on with the yellow card. Walking the tightrope now. Yankee sent off the Portsmouth forward. Lost to Bahrain, suspended for this one. Rido.
Yuk, mantap. Aduh, bisa.
Pick a pass. Here's Ferdinand.
Aduh, jauh banget Marcelino. Aduh. Out. Sayang. Sejauh ini possession kita lebih banyak sih ini daripada Australia.
4 of their last 10 games at home, 5 defeats. Indonesia, Iran, Libya twice, and Argentina who won here 2-0. Victors in that run of 10 games.
Gila, Australia dikandangin sama Indo guys.
Qualification matches. Back to Martin Pace.
67% possession kita.
And that's 67% of the ball, Indonesia.
Australia 33% doang.
Back to Burgess. Rakunda. Flick off to Irvin.
Hati-hati. Kosong tengah. Oke, aman. Mantap, Calvin Verdonk. Kenapa pause? Oh, tadi ada ngasih pause, sorry, nggak notice, thank you. Semoga HP-nya masih bisa bertahan sampai babak pertama selesai. Di NDS rame nggak? Rame dong. Dijaga. Hati. Goal kick. Mantap.
Something on it. Touches off a defender. Referee doesn't agree. It's going to be a goal kick for Indonesia. Trying to get across his marker. Well, have come off the dunk. The last touch. Hayes has it. It's his international debut, the draw against Saudi Arabia. His place again. 26, Martin Paes. Nevertheless, in 2022 from Utrecht. The Dutch contingent, he was born in
Idzes, mantap, Idzes, kelas.
representing Netherlands up to under 21 level.
Aduh, ini pemain Australia apa sih jatuh-jatuh mulu.
In fact, it was. Badge can take the throw. Kate short. To the box towards
Jadi, mantap Verdong. Clear.
Just did enough to block off Chakati as he was about to pull the trigger. Between these two, but a foul by Chakati. Cap today for Australia. It's for Palmer in Italy. He's actually born in Fidenza in Italy. It's cap for the Azzarini, the under-20s.
Marcel, dapetin bolanya.
Merrill went for the return. It's a free kick for Australia. It's Duke fouled. Seconds piece on the ball.
Kipernya.
Suter.
Press kipernya.
Right to Burgess. To the defence today. Cameron Burgess. Goes on to double figures now for Caps, the Ipswich Town centre-back.
Marcel.
In this World Cup qualifying campaign. We've now got 0-0. Now that this team has ridden out that early storm, they're beginning to see more ball now, Australia. It says it's away under pressure from Duke. Chakati's header. They're on by Burgess. Australian throw. Chakati with it. Too many options for him. Iran Kunda came short. Has to go long instead to Jackson Irvin, who made the run. They're out by Idzes. With Silvera.
Strike.
It's a good turn by Strike. Back though by Chakati. Then given away.
Ya elah, umpan apa itu?
Charge forward.
Sayang.
A little bit too much gusto though that time. Suter. Suter still reeling from that own goal winner for Bahrain on Thursday, but he was one of Australia's goal scorers in that 4-0 win against Indonesia in the Asian Cup in January. It's got a good record actually, with 11 goals, 31 appearances from centre-back, 2 in this qualifying campaign. Coming against Palestine. Away by Rido. Australian throw. Bacchus. Severa.
Mantap.
To come on the
Awesome.
inside.
Jadi, he shoot.
Read it. Range effort is deflected behind off J&S for Australian corner. Jackson Irvine has certainly been lively in the centre for Australia. Forward to a Bundesliga campaign with Zan Pauli, Jackson Irvine after promotion from Bundesliga 2 last season. Number 72 for a veteran of 2 World Cups and 2 Asian Cups. Goodwin with the corner, the first of the game for Australia.
Hati-hati. Aduh.
Goodness me, that could have gone anywhere from
Hati-hati Verdong.
for the centre back. It was just behind for another corner. So it'd be as centre back in a back three or even left back. Calvin Verdong. It's for NEC Nijmegen in the Netherlands. Start from the corner.
Ini tinggi banget nih orang Australia ini. Gila, yang nomor 19 tinggi banget, guys.
Two centre backs. Contest in terms of height, but Suter particularly tall. Good one to deliver.
Hati-hati.
Swinger again, headed away by Walsh.
Ragnar.
Too much about it. I think it came off the back of his head. Is
Hati-hati. Mantap Verdong. Aduh.
Nice ball. It's fallen for the shot. Blocked away by Hubner. Australia back in possession with Irvine. Puts the ball across again.
Martin pas, kelas Martin pas, gila. Ya ampun.
Looked as though it was going to be blocked initially. The power on the shot took it through, and Martin Paes was there to make the save.
Hampir aja.
It's a real spell of concerted pressure from Australia. It was good work from Irvine and Harry Suter running onto it.
Hampir aja. Ini juga, kalau nggak diblok gila itu gol itu.
John tried to get him. Again with the challenge and another Australian corner. And it's the best spell of the game so far for the visitors. Certainly their best chance. To Suter, who found a way through the two Indonesian defenders who were closing him down. From Paes, who was busy in Saudi Arabia. By Severa.
Goal kick. Aduh, kamera
Another
lagi.
corner. Indonesia can cap their early pressure with a goal. Can Australia? Their best moment of the first half so far. Graham Arnold will certainly be hoping so. It's coming again from Craig Goodwin, the in-swinger towards the penalty spots.
Hati.
Burgess both in there.
Banyak. Ih.
Header down is beaten
Ya
away by
ampun.
Paes. A chance again for Harry Suter.
Nomor 19 nih bahaya banget sih. Gak dijaga.
Over the place,
Ya.
the delivery from Goodwin. Suter was always going to get on the end of it. Had a good look at it as well. He was way above Jay, it says. He's across to make the save. Goodwin again. Defending for Indonesia.
Mantap. Ragnar, ya kejauhan kontrolnya.
Going. It's beaten to it though by Irakunda. Australia keep possession.
Nggak bisa yuk.
In good form this year. It's the 12th game of 2024. They've won 8, lost 2 and drawn 1 of the previous 11. The defeat to Bahrain on Thursday ended a run of 4 straight wins without conceding a goal. So they've been pretty tight defensively as well. Here's Verdonk. Let's qualify for Australia, home to China on the 10th of October, and then a big trip to Saitama to face Japan.
Nah, press aja udah.
Burgess.
Hati-hati J, ayo J. Oh bisa J. Ih, kelas.
Pressure from Duke. It's Jenner. Jenner out to
Aduh.
strike. Back to Matt Ryan. Backus. Burgess to Irankunda, who's been really lively for Australia. He's playing all across the forward line. Suter.
Hati-hati.
Just trying to switch the play. Verdonk will be happy to see this out though.
Goal kick. Baru 0-0 ya. Masih seri. Masih
Coach of South Korea was Shin Tae-yong, 2017-2018. He's the first South Korean to be manager of Indonesia. And Arnold, by the way, set a record. He became the first manager in World Cup qualification history to win 11 straight games in a single campaign as Australia qualified for Qatar 2022. There's going to be a few more potholes in the road though to Mexico, Canada, and the United States. With the throw.
Ih, Ragnar, kelas.
Turn by
Ayo.
Oroman.
Ya, aduh.
Strike was the intended target, but Aziz Bey was there to intercept.
Hati-hati.
Now here's Duke. Surrounded by white shirts. Waiting for support. It arrives now from
Hati-hati, crossing,
Silvera.
di crossing.
Again, and Backus ahead of him. Certainly settled down now into the shape we expect to see. Australia having a lot of the ball. Really bright opening. Quarter of an hour from Indonesia. They haven't conceded a goal in their away qualifying matches. It's Palestine, Lebanon, Bangladesh.
Aduh. Ya nggak nyampe lah. Aduh, Marcel. Bahaya, tidak.
Turn, but lost the ball. Now Goodwin, Irankunda. Difficult one to try and keep the header down. There wasn't too much pace on the delivery either, so had to try and introduce some. Who's now on the books with Bayern Munich. To make his debut though, and feature for Bayern's second team this season. Tanzanian-born winger. His first international goal in the 5-0 win against Palestine in June.
Aduh, empatnya.
Silvera. Bought himself a bit of time and space. The 1-2 with Backus is Irvin. Bedge. Just to Suter. See now that Australia do feel more in control of the contest is Bedge. And outside him. Not sure what he had in mind there as he's Bedge.
Aduh.
It's given away by Isis.
Hati-hati.
Irvin.
Kelas Rizky Ridho.
Challenge on Goodwin by Rido.
It's just
This is football here for Garcia Jakarta. The 22-year-old centre-back Rido. That Asian Cup squad in January. Corner number 7 then for Australia. It's whipped into the centre. Touch off Chan. As well, the Swansea full-back to head it behind. Relatively solid despite the fact Australia are having more of the ball now, just a couple of chances for Harry Suter.
hati-hati.
Now the set
Aduh.
pieces. He's got a skill, the ball whipped in by Irvin. It's going to be a free kick, foul on Oramangoin.
Kartu bos.
So the ball clattered into by Craig Goodwin, the corner kick taken. Second international goal in that 1-1 draw against Saudi Arabia on Thursday. Didn't actually score his international debut, a 3-0 win away from home in March. It's for Dender in Belgium. 26 was formerly in the Netherlands with Groningen and Go Ahead Eagles.
Aduh, fall dong. No.
Shoved by Irvin. Spotted by the referee who was right there. And it's just a nudge in the back as Sandy Walsh jumped for the ball. It was cute play, but not cute enough. Spotted by Salman Ahmad Falahi, the referee. Defending to do for Australia, who haven't had too much of late.
Bisa yuk.
Dom to deliver.
Gol-golnya dari set piece aja nih. Wih,
Wasn't a bad delivery at all.
hampir.
Yeah, but Jay Ince
Jadi hampir.
just unable to stretch out the boot and get any kind of control on it. Teasing delivery.
Iya, hampir ya
Just
ampun.
too high. Either Hubner or Ince who were the furthest forwards. Indonesia.
Marcel. Ya elah Marcelino.
He ran it. Flick into Duke. Well, he asked an awful lot there of Viran Kundner, who's quick, but he's not that quick. He's from Machida Zelvia in J1 in Japan. Side who won promotion last season from J2 and have taken the top flight by storm. Top for most of the campaign, but just knocked off the top before the break.
Aduh, hati-hati.
French Hiroshima is
Kelas J.
It's better from Australia. Duke almost in behind, but Indonesia did well to defend it. Here's Walsh.
Ragnar.
Roman going.
He's
overplayed it. Puts it away to Jackson Irvin.
Balik Verdong.
He's going for goal.
Anjing, hampir
So
anjir.
unlucky. Cleared away by Itzes.
Anjir, hampir banget tadi coy.
Nestori Irakunda within
Anjir.
centimetres of giving Australia the lead. Well, they didn't close it down. They almost invited him to shoot, and he took the invite. Very nearly punished Indonesia. It's the let-off of the half for either team so far.
Untung tadi masih kena tiang. Kalau enggak bahaya loh anjir.
Irvin. This is bench.
Sorry guys, keceplosan guys tadi. Tadi bener-bener hampir sih. Hampir banget Australia gol. Untung aja nggak gol. Press. Aduh. Kelas makin pas. Kelas.
The feeling is that Australia are getting closer to taking the lead here. Where was the marking on Craig Goodwin?
Kelas makin pas.
It was a move that was always going to end with a shot once he was in. Martin Payes
Ini
did well
hampir
to
banget nih.
close the angle, but he could do nothing about that one from Irakunda that rattled back off the post, and he was fortunate there actually, Martin Payes, that it didn't hit him and go back in over the line. How many times have we seen that happen?
Lihat apa? Lihat Timnas. Lihat Timnas guys.
Indonesia. Nestori Irakunda really unlucky. 10 minutes to half time, 0-0, but Australia very much in the ascendancy.
Aduh, hati-hati.
Ball in, Silvera, back into the mixer.
And
now a chance to counter here.
strike.
Strike for Indonesia. Irakunda did well. Terrific chasing back from the
Aduh,
18.
sayang. HP masih panas ya? Ini panas nih. Ya aku sambil cas by the way ini tuh. Ya aku itu sambil cas, cuman
Irvin. Very different game now to the opening quarter of an hour. Here's Burgess.
lawan siapa? Lawan Australia.
Suter. Sheffield United from Leicester City, Harry Suter. He's playing for Stoke and Dundee United in Scotland. He's actually born in Scotland and represented there, but under 19s before switch to Australia. Getting the foot in, but kick given. Sandro Chakata. Serie B last season with Parma helping them back into Serie A, the top flight of Italian football. Chakata.
Hati-hati.
Set piece for Australia. They've had a succession of them.
Hati-hati. Mantap.
Delivery this time though from Goodwin. Behich. Way back to Matt Ryan. Busy opening 2 or 3 minutes, but there's a great deal to do since then. Just gets it away. Australian throw. Sea of red and white. You can just see it Burgess. Now Behic. Suter. There's no real pressing here from Indonesia. Happy for Australia to have the ball. Indonesia preferring to get numbers back and defend deep. Australia on the counter. Tactic that served them well. General Thursday. Across with the challenge on Goodwin. He was the player expected to start in behind Mitch Duke in the forward line, but he is on the left again. Is there a
Itu semua backgroundnya ya iyalah, kan nggak mungkin yang dari sana kayak gitu. Hati-hati, mantap. Ih, counter Ragnar, Orat Mangun. Oke, santai, bagi dulu. Santai. Aduh.
His foot on the ball, the chance was gone really. Catty's header. Deflected off Silvera for an Indonesian throw. Knows his way
Rizky Ridho.
Success.
Kerido, aduh.
Songnam won Chipma to the Asian Champions League win 14 years ago now in 2010. Competition he won as a player himself in its former guise as the Asian Club Championship back in 1995. Just a talking to, I think, for Rafael Struijk. He's lucky actually, it's only a talking to. I mean, that was a blatant pull on the shirt. It's Verdonk. Joel wins it back. He battles for it. Kunda loses it.
Ragnar. Strike.
Asia come away with it. Struijk has it.
Ay.
The runner wanted it played forward, instead it's now with Mitch Duke for Australia.
Kelas C.
So it's got back and made it difficult for him though.
Ya, build up lagi dari belakang.
Sandy Walsh. Jenner. Watched by Martin Pace. Look at the switch now in possession. It was the other way around in the opening 10 or 15 minutes. Australia have been in full control now for the last 25 minutes plus. A couple of chances for Harry Suter, the big one for Nestori Irankunda that clattered back off the post. Indonesia haven't had too much to look back on apart from that opening minute with
Aduh, bos.
Struijk.
Umpanmu.
Behic. Suter to Bacchus.
Ya, press, Jenner.
The foot in.
Marcel.
Keep possession though with Behic. Been immediately under pressure from Rizky Ridho. Suter.
Guys, Ragnar.
After this, the fans will have to wait until the 15th of November for their next home qualifier when Indonesia entertain Japan. Trips to Bahrain and China to come next. It's Behic. Irvin. They're on top, but it's been
Wah, tapi rumputnya GBK jelek sih guys. Ini bolanya aja mantul-mantul mulu ini. Wih, kelas. Ayo. Handball. Nah, kau kena kartu kuning gak tuh? Wih, Sandy Walsh dapat. Aduh, Jenner.
Take advantage though. One back by Nathan Joao. Stay down.
Hukna cedera.
It's his fifth appearance of this World Cup qualifying campaign, Hubner. It's actually owned by Wolves, currently on loan with Cerezo Osaka in J1 in Japan.
Hukna cedera, bahaya nih.
Seems to be the problem for Justin Hubner. Busy debut, and he's been busy again. Martin Pace, there's the save from Harry Suter. Good block. From the header as well. There's also a save from Craig Goodwin. One time he was beaten, he was saved by his left post.
Udah 45 menit aja guys. 2 menit tambahan waktu. Yuk bisa yuk. At least draw dulu half time. Nanti babak kedua Tom Haye kalau fit bisa main. Jadi biar nggak kecapean Tom Haye. Indonesia menang nggak? Semoga, amin. Jauh. Sandy. Aduh. Dapat lagi bolanya. Santai Rido. Aduh, Rido.
Too many passes going astray in the second part of this first half. Probably going to be the busier coach at half time. Shin Tae-yong. Side, most of his plan in place, they just need those finishing touches. Hayes gets it away. From Suter. From Rido. Or by Chakati. Helped out by Bacchus.
Fluid.
Half-hearted single man press though, really. Gets it away.
Mana pelitnya nih? Aduh, nggak pelit.
One last attack for Australia. By Goodwin. It's clumsy.
Aduh, Jenner, hati-hati dong.
Was never going to win the ball.
Udah mau peluit loh.
We were worried for Indonesia. The amount of set pieces, not just the corners, but needless free kicks that have been given away in and around the box. Jenner with another one there. signs of the Indonesian goal from them.
Last attack dari Australia, apakah
Wave making it round Gelora Bung Karno Stadium. Contingent will be glad to hear the half-time whistle, so everybody can have a break.
hati-hati?
When it wasn't a bad ball, it's headed back across into the
Hampir. Oke,
delivery. There was
half time draw-nya
golden
harusnya.
grain at the back post. It was Suter who got the head across. He's going to win most things in the air, isn't he, Harry Suter?
First half 0-0. Gak ada gol, gak ada ini. Ya guys, ini HP-nya juga udah panas. Jantung aman. Oke lah, kalau kayak gitu mungkin di end di sini ya live-nya. Thank you. Semoga bisa menang atau at least draw. Thank you guys yang udah ikut live hari ini.